That's periods and puberty. There, I said it out aloud on camera. Because there's nothing about these words that one needs to go hush hush for. Now, Stayfree is a brand which has been trying to normalize conversations around menstruation inside Indian homes for many, many years. And their latest campaign, Beta Stayfree Leana, takes it a step further. It was the brainchild of Harshada Menon from DDV Mudra, who's joining us here today. Thank you, Harshada.
Thank you, Neeta, for having me. And yeah, this idea actually came with my creative partner who I work with, Sudesh Khatakar. So we were working together on this, and the thing is that Stayfree has been on a journey, to normalize periods and bringing men into menstruation. We think is one of the most important things to do, and from that came the insight of getting boys to kind of be okay with buying a sanitary napkin, right? And in Indian culture, you generally send your boys to run errands and bring items, right? Grocery items. So it's just a little addition that parents can do in that list, and that kind of will start a conversation basically.
So the germ of the idea came from a personal experience, is it?
uh if you see the culture, like I don't have a son, but when I used to, like when I was growing up, I had cousins, boys, and even the people around me, right? You see, you if there's no dahi, there's no sugar, you just say, go and get that, right? So it's something that you can use interestingly to kind of make an impact with. So we thought that's something we can do.
Okay. Now I from our conversation, I understand you're a Maharashtrian who's married into a Malayali family.
Yeah.
Which has a matrilineal system, and you assume that it's going to be a little more progressive and more supportive towards women. So I want to understand from you your perception of whether menstruation and related conversations are easily taken care of in Malayali families, or is it different?
I would I would say that in India, itself, it's a conversation that is not really had at homes. It's not so much about any people from any place, but I think overall in India, it's a conversation that people wouldn't want to have. So I think it, that's what you want to change with Stay Free.
And when it comes to period related ads, one needs to really strike a balance between maybe not sounding very preachy and yet being sensible and sensitive towards the cause. Now, in this case, when you
Yeah.
were kind of creating this ad, did you at any point feel that it might get lost in translation when it actually comes out?
See, for sure, when you do work like that, right, there is always that fear that people may not, it may not come out the way you've expected. People may not take it the way you want them to take, which is why we were extra careful, and we kind of wrote drafts and drafts of the script, of course, with Rahul as well, right? And we checked and rechecked, and to come to a point where we felt that this could be something that we can work with.
And
So,
how
yeah.
much time you spoke about drafts and multiple drafts being
We did a couple, let's just say that.
and how much time did it take from ideation to actually execution?
Actually, it didn't take that much time from ideation to execution, because thanks to our clients also, who've been so supportive. There was like no convincing you. They saw the power of the idea, and they just kind of bought into it. So it was, we would say that it was not so long drawn a process. uh, yeah. Thanks.
And how involved were you in the during the making of the ad? And how hard did you try to make sure that the essence of the ad is not really the script is not lost?
So I must say that all of us were very, very passionate about this. Sidhu, is my partner. Rahul, right? The clients, and my director, Gaurav, and Kashif, and everyone. The entire team was so passionate about this project, right? We were involved from every single thing, from music to cast to everything. So I think it's something that's close to all our hearts.
And also the characterization plays a very
Yeah.
big difference. So was there a moment, when the cast sort of pointed out, or you showed discomfort,
Yeah.
about in talking about a certain thing, and where you had to kind of make that all right, or normalize it, like you were planning to do for the final?
It's interesting that you ask, Neeta. You know what? When we were casting for the young boys, right, there were a few moms who messaged the casting director saying that, you know what, my son's not comfortable with, you know, uh, working in an ad like this. And imagine that's what you're fighting as a brand and as a, as people. So imagine it starts there. The other thing we also do as practice for Stay Free is we do trainings, right? For like we walk the talk, right? Every time there's a Stay Free ad that's been shot, we do a training for all the men,
Okay.
who kind of, to sensitize them to pads and periods, and how to kind of handle it. So these are some things that we've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go.
And what is the best feedback that you receive for this particular ad?
Oh, apart from all the messages and of course, the client, the one I think most heartening moment was when Sidhu's daughter is in school, right? So they have these period classes. They played this ad
Okay.
to tell the boys that this is what it is.
This
So
is
it's,
okay,
it's
huh?
very few times that something like this happens in your advertising career. So I think that's the most.
And now when it comes to periods, I think we've come a long way as far as advertising is concerned, from showing those pads with blue ink on it.
Yeah.
Do you feel over time, especially in the past few years, we've sort of moved on from showing the functionality of the pad to actually trying to change the narrative and the mindset behind speaking on menstruation and allied subjects?
I think for sure we've come a long way from, like you said, showing the blue liquid and talking about the only the functional benefits, because there are a lot of other things that we as a society need to address about periods. It's happening. Maybe it needs some more time and some more campaigns to kind of get there and be there. So yeah.
Superb. We hope you take many more steps in that direction. And thank you so much for creating this ad. And yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
ब्रेड, अंडा, चीज, सनफ्लावर ऑयल, चाय पत्ती
और स्टे फ्री।
ये कैसे लाऊं माँ?
कैसे मतलब? जैसे बाकी चीजें लाते हो वैसे।
अरे मतलब कि
सैनिटरी नैपकिन कोई खराब चीज नहीं है बेटा, और ना ही इसे खरीदने में कोई शर्म है।
अम्मा, लेकिन ये तो गर्ल्स प्रॉब्लम के लिए होता है।
ये पीरियड्स के लिए होता है और ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
पीरियड सबको होते हैं, मम्मी को होते हैं, दीदी को होते हैं, और तुम्हारी मैम को भी होते हैं, और स्कूल में तुम्हारे फ्रेंड्स को भी होंगे। ये नॉर्मल है शोना, और हेल्दी भी।
पर पापा, मेरे दोस्तों ने देख लिया तो
अच्छा है, शायद वो भी सीखेंगे कि कैसे अपनी मम्मी की, दीदी की केयर करनी चाहिए। ये ले बेटा।
अंकल, एक स्टे फ्री भी।
बेटा स्टे फ्री ले आना।